we commissioned various items of plant, particularly the boilers, particularly the turbines, and the feed system and all the rest of it.
So we used to travel to the valley in the school bus and we could see the power station being built.
Area 1 was boilers, and Area 2 was going to be the turbines, Area 3 was going to be the coal plant and all the auxiliary outside plant.
They recruited at Rosyth. They took a long time to break the habit of jumping to their feet and saluting when somebody in white overalls walked in the room.
My dad started here in the summer in 1969 when the station was being built. Between myself, my brother and my dad, we've got over 75 years service.
I left school at 16, went and sought the exam for the apprenticeship, followed my dad's footsteps basically.
I left school, started an apprenticeship, been here 20 years now.
I thought I'll be here a couple of years, but I had 40 years onto that and I'm still here.
2nd of August 1976, been here 40 years.
Well, I started here in 1986 and that was as a youth trainee.
There's a lot of me in Lonagnnet and there's a lot of Lonagnnet in me. My dad worked here and I had a couple of uncles working here, and I started first with the operations team.
I'll never forget my first visit there, how big and majestic the station was.
First impressions of the place when you arrive as an apprentice is wow.
I think you walk up those stairs and the first thing you think is, oh my God, what a size this is. And you think, oh wow.
It's awesome, the first time you actually see it, you walk along the turbine hall, fantastic experience.
My understanding was back in the 80s, this was the biggest freestanding building in Scotland. When you step out and you look up and you look along the length of it, the volume is phenomenal.
Well, we were up there quite a lot. We would do the analysers up there, calibrate the MS, so again, plenty of good views up the stack.
And you actually feel there's a certain amount of give in the chimney, there has to be, so you feel it kind of moving a little bit as well.
Definitely worth it once we got to the top, definitely. It was worth it, but not while I was hanging onto the banister going up.
I was getting some boys that get out of the lift and they're like, oh, don't know what to walk on the walkways, but no, it never bothered me.
Each mill can burn up to 40 tonne an hour, so if you've got 7 mills in there, it's almost 300 tonne an hour per unit. Times 4 is 1,200 tonne an hour.
I think the biggest challenge that we've had since I joined ScottishPower was when the Longannet mine closed, which was completely unexpected, and we lost a huge amount, 1.2 million tonnes a year.
It comes from various places. It can come from Argentina, South Africa, Australia, but basically trains and lorries.
I think that everybody saw carbon capture as being the saviour of coal, the potential to extend the life of Longannet well into the 2020s, if not beyond.
Biomass, when they trialled that was another one, and also carbon capture, which didn't happen, but at least we tried it here, and I think we were used as a prototype for elsewhere.
The FGD project was an alliance with ScottishPower and 2 other major contractors. It was a flue gas desulfurisation plant, and it was basically putting scrubbers on the emissions going up the chimney.
I think at the peak of the project there was probably 300 or 400 people working technically on the project. It's a hugely technical project with lots of people involved, and we all work very closely and very well together, despite the cultural differences between the various companies. It was a challenge, but it worked.
It was a Sunday day shift. We got a call. I just came back for the coal plant, and we got a call saying that the conveyor structure had fell down.
I mean, the devastation just looked like a bomb at it. There were water spraying for the burst pipe works, there were cables dangling.
I was a duty manager that weekend. The stress of that day until you knew everybody was safe was very difficult. Once we had established that and everything, we made the plant safe. We then moved on into the restoration project.
They got that turned round really, really quick. We kept burning. We got, I think it was dispensation for the Scottish Government to become a gas station for 3 months.
It's a temporary bridge structure that was put together. So that's still there. It's still got the road surface on it underneath. But it was the quickest solution that we could get at the time, and we could get it off the shelf.
When they built this place, it set a design standard that would be very difficult to beat, because this place is still running. After 42 years, particularly the last 10 years, we're doing things with this plant that was never designed for.
Some of the units could run for 50 days, 100 days. I think the record's up nearly 280 or 300 days for a unit running solid. Where now, with the wind farms and price of gas changing and winter load, it's very much a changed market.
When I started, you started up at 600 megawatts and it ran for weeks or months at the end. And they might tweak it up doing a wee bit, but that was it. Now, we're starting and stopping these things, we can be doing it twice a day.
When I moved over to the operations department, a lot of operators had never two-shifted a unit and things like that. So there was a lot of work involved, a lot of learning involved.
With that comes a lots of challenges. The cross-compound turbines have their own issues. They're not as simple as the single shaft machines, and the boilers are quite complex in their own sense.
It's real time, the unit's due on at 3 o'clock and it's got to happen, so you've got to really learn the plant and how to bring it on. You don't bend safety rules, you don't even tamper with them, but it's always happening. It's a dynamic, it's always there.
And try to keep a station that's this age running has been quite an interesting experience. I don't think I'll get an experience like this anywhere else.
Okay, here we go.
Switch in!
I speak with pride about the place because it's a good company to work for. It's been good to me. We're one big family.
I took pride in your work in here. It was good telling people that I worked here. What do you do? Oh, I work at Lonagnnet, and you actually, you felt a bit of pride when you said it.
A lot of friendship has been built with working here. My time with ScottishPower has been brilliant. I would do it again.
It's been a great place to work, a great bunch of guys to work with. I miss the vibrancy of Longannet when I leave.
After a right good time here, I met a lot of characters, a lot of really good guys that I'm still good friends with, and it's given me a very good standard of living.
No, it's been a good bunch of boys that's worked here over the years. We've worked well as a team.
It could be pretty mucky and hard work, but if you could stick the conditions, it was a great place to work. The camaraderie amongst the guys was brilliant.
I enjoyed it from the minute I joined it to the minute I left.
She's not going down without a fight, and everybody's just pulling together to make sure that Longannet was out on the crest of a wave. That for me is just testament to everybody that's been here, still here, and again I thank everybody for their support.
In one farmer's lifetime, the whole place has started and stopped, but it's been a long time.